The trial that's captured the country's attention at the moment. Nomia Ndlovu back in the dock today. She's accused of killing 5 relatives and her lover in order to claim life insurance payouts of up to 1.4 million rand. Yesterday, the case was adjourned because she wasn't feeling well. Well, eNCA's Lindokuhle Xulu has been following the story all week, and he joins us in studio now. Hi, Lindo. So today was meant to be cross-examination, but we have seen very erratic behaviour on the part of the accused. I wonder if you could talk through how she appeared and how she came across today.
Well, things seemed a bit more calm today when Nomia took the stand again, this time around for cross-examination. But in terms of her demeanour, how she was behaving, she was a bit calm. She was her usual self. But one thing, there was a bit of attention being paid to her health. We do know that yesterday the case adjourned a bit early because she said she wasn't feeling well. But today, confidently so, she even said that she will continue. Or the only thing that she needed to do was to take her pills every now and then, which was around 12 and around 2. So that happened, but she was fine, and she was not showing any signs of discomfort. That is her words, saying that she is fine to continue with the trial, which continued today. That's cross-examination.
Right. So the bulk of today focused on one of her victims, alleged victims, witness Homo. Tell us about that.
Well, the bulk of today's evidence and testimonies, or rather, in fact, the testing of her evidence was around Homu, which was his cousin. But that evidence focused on the fact that despite her admitting in court that Homu is actually her cousin, she in fact cited or listed Homu when she took out insurance policies as her spouse. So that was the evidence that was being taken, and what she basically said was that this was not her fault. She says that when she was taking out this insurance policy for Homu, she took it telephonically, and she believes that the person who made a mistake was the insurance agent who was helping her take out this particular insurance. But the state further probed her to say that that cannot stand, because even when she claimed, when Homu was then found to have passed away, when she claimed, she then filled up forms with her own handwriting, which was presented in court, and she admitted that was her handwriting. But what then was revealed was that even on those papers, when she signed Homu as, in fact, her spouse. And she says that this was another thing that she was told to do by the insurance companies, to say that because they've already made the mistake, she must just sign as a spouse, and saying that this is something they'll try to rectify at a later stage after she submits her documents. But that did not happen. Let's take a listen perhaps to what she had to say around those explanations in terms of this policy of her cousin that she's listed as a spouse.
Inside the claim form, application form, a spouse, and then got law, I will finally process your claim.
I signed this claim form because on the application form itself, it was written that witness Madara Homu is my spouse. So I had to sign this form in order for them to process this claim for it to be paid back.
So you lied?
Maybe. No, I did not lie, Madam. They said that it would not make any difference. It would not change anything because it has been a while since this policy has been paid for.
I am at when I'm married, unmarried. I no problem.
And this official from the insurance policy went further to ask me if I'm married. I said, no, I'm not. And he said, no, it's not a problem. It's okay, leave it as it is.
Right, so that's talking about the insurance policy she took out for her cousin, saying basically that she was told to lie and say it was her spouse. But she's taken out insurance policies on a number of her deceased relatives. What did she say about that?
And it's not just a number of her deceased relatives, not just her boyfriend that's also deceased, but it's also those that are still alive. We do know that her mother as well has been covered by her, or was covered by her, and we do know that she was an alleged target of this, which she has denied in court yesterday. But she had explained that the reason why she took out insurance policies for a number of her relatives was because they come from poor backgrounds. So essentially she was telling us that she wanted to help out her family members, and that is why she took out these policies. But that evidence also was tested with this particular deceased victim actually being brought forth to say that you have actually benefited 131,000 from just a single person after he died. What did you contribute towards the family? What did you contribute towards the burial? What she said was that she had handed about 15,000 rand to the family to help with the burial, which this comes from 131,000 rand. And what then the prosecutor put to her was that there was a witness from the state which came before her, and this witness is of course the mother of witness who actually testified that she did not meet the accused after the funeral. So there was no 15,000 rand or any amount of money that was given to her, and she in fact is lying at this stage. But the accused then maintained to say that I handed hardcore cash to the victim's mother, but it was 15,000 rand.
And so cross-examination, I presume, is not yet over, because we're looking at 6 victims. More again next week, is it?
More again next week. This time around it will be at the Johannesburg High Court, and we're expecting the state to essentially continue with their cross-examination. They've just gotten through the first victim, which is witness Homu, but there's 6 others that are actually supposed to go through. But also they did touch a little bit on the video of that sting operation where she was caught just basically describing how her sister as well as her 5 children must be killed. And on that one, she maintains that she was lying because they needed to secure transportation to go there. So more to come Monday in terms of her cross-examination.
Right, so in 2 cases now she's saying she was basically told to lie or coached to lie. Very interesting case indeed. Lindokuhle Xulu, thank you very much for wrapping it all up for us.